The first year I was on dialysis, I worked for 8-9 hours a day, and I drove to Medicine Hat after work, dialyzed for 4 hours, and drove back home again. So it was around 11 or 11:30 in the night when I got home, and totally wiped out. Not feeling very well. You were all the next day. You still had to work the next day, but you were still not feeling well. So every second day, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, you had to go to the Hat. So this took a toll on your system. So after a year, a little better than a year working, I couldn't do it anymore. I had to give up work. Say for argument's sake, your energy level is 85 to 100% any given day. When you're on hemodialysis in the hospital at 4 hours, 3 times a week, your energy level goes down below 15. When you get your own machine like I did, lucky enough, that your energy level comes up to about 35 and 40, which is quite a bit of difference. So you had twice the energy that you did have on the old system. The 4 hours at 3 times a week at the hospital was basically keeping you alive, I guess, is the right way to put it, because you weren't getting anything extra. But with the home dialysis, you were dialyzing 5 nights a week, 8 hours a night while you were asleep. You gained so much more energy, you felt so much better, and after I got my own machine, I felt like a new man. My only option then was the kidney bank, so I resigned myself to the fact that I'm just going to have to wait, if I ever get one. When I went to see the transplant clinic about a kidney first, when I started on dialysis, it was a 4 to 5 year wait, which I thought was bad enough. But when I went back for the next meeting, the transplant doctor told me it had changed from 4 to 5 to 8 to 10 years wait.
A sudden shock when the phone rang. My puppy came running with a bang. It was the doctors from Calgary calling to say, "Come to the hospital, we have a kidney for you today." What you don't know is some time ago, my puppy's kidney decided to go. It would not work to help him pee, so he had to use a nifty machine. But someone who had a loving heart decided to, when he died, to give away his parts. What I want to teach you all today is that organ donation really pays.
When we got there and got admitted and got into the transplant ward, they took me down. Yeah. And the first thing I said to the nurse when I came to in the recovery room, I looked up at her, and she's looking at me, she said, "How you feel?" I said, "Have I got a kidney?" She said, "Yes, you got a kidney." So that's when I realized that this was true. This was actually happening. So. And then I had a little bit of a setback because I was into the second week and I was getting a little bit discouraged because I wasn't making any urine. The nurse knew I was upset this morning. She came in, I was about 5:30 in the morning, sitting up in the chair. She said, "Mr. Martin, what's wrong?" I said, "I don't think this is going to work." And I was feeling pretty depressed, really. And she must have called the surgeon, because not 5 minutes later, he walks in the room at 5:30 in the morning. And he sat down with me, and he looked at me, and he started talking about this kidney. And he talked for about, he must have talked 20 minutes or more. And when he left, he had me built up so much, believing that this kidney is definitely going to work. That was Monday morning, 5:30 Monday morning. And Tuesday morning, around 6 o'clock, that's when the kidney bust open, and there was pee going everywhere. Peeing like a racehorse dead, yeah. So, like he said, there is cases where kidneys take 2 and 3, even 4 weeks before they kick in. It's all to do with your body system and the kidney itself too, certainly. I would certainly like to thank them wholeheartedly for giving me a new life. I'd have to sympathize with them very deeply with the loss of their loved one. And I would certainly love to meet them. I don't know who they are. Someday I hope that I'll find out. There's a lot I'd like to say to them, but first of all, I'd like to meet them and to be able to personally thank them, or even console them, I guess, to a point, because it was their child or their brother or sister, whatever, that donated, you know, so. And they were responsible for letting that donation happen, I guess, so. Yes, I certainly would like to meet that family, you know, and
What would you say?
I don't know. I'm a very emotional person, see, I think I'd be probably 10 or 15 minutes before I get a word out. The lotto max tonight is $50 million. And if you gave me a kidney, I'd rather take the kidney than the 50 million. And for anybody that needs an organ, whether it be kidney, liver, or pancreas, or whatever, I think they'd feel the same way as I do. It's something that you never really think you're going to ever get. Before I got into trouble with dialysis or with kidney trouble, I did not think about donorship, as most people don't. This is the thing about donorship that needs to be expressed and educated more, is the fact that you're giving life to somebody else.
There's approximately 700 to 800 Albertans on an organ transplant wait list. Of those, the majority would be waiting for a kidney transplant, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 400. Absolutely, organ donation is life-changing in recipients, can be the difference between life and death.
If your kidneys fail, you need either a kidney transplant or dialysis to stay alive. And dialysis is life support. It's a life support system, because without kidney function, we cannot live. So organ donation is critical because it restores health to a much, much greater level. With kidney transplants, kidneys can also come from living donors, because people have 2 kidneys, and if you have 2 healthy kidneys and you qualify as a donor, you can donate 1 kidney to someone. So you can donate either to someone that you know, you can become part of a paired exchange program where a group of people make the matches that are needed for a transplant, or you can just donate anonymously, a non-directed donation, and it will be matched to someone out there who needs a kidney.
We do encourage use of the Alberta Registry. Alberta's had a registry now for approximately 2 years. It's relatively simple to sign up. You just go to myhealth.alberta.ca, and there's a link to organ and tissue donation registry, and the process is quite straightforward.